This webinar is going to be about it's going to be about flying an aeroplane. We're going to be learning different panels or different the panel of an aircraft, all the what do you call the instruments, the flight instruments, and then uh, the flight instruments and we're gonna be at the end of this the slides. What we're gonna do is like we're gonna try to fly an aeroplane in simulation. So let's slideshow. Sure. Okay, welcome guys. Cessna 172 is the name of the aeroplane we're gonna be learning about. Most of the aeroplanes are gonna have these flight instruments, which we're gonna be talking about. If you have any questions about any flight instrument, you can ask me. Um, Cessna 172, the other name of this aeroplane is Skyhawk. Okay, so the first we have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I think six or seven or seven. Yeah, seven different flight instruments we're gonna be learning about. And once we know that, we would be able to do a takeoff, and that's what we're gonna do after these learning about these flight instruments. So the first one is the altimeter. So when you are flying an aeroplane, you need to know how high you are, because if you don't know like what's your height in terms of the sea level or in terms of like with respect to the ground, you can hit into other things, because your GPS is going to be telling you that okay, the hills which are coming in front of you, they are this much high. So you need to know how high you are in order to make sure that you don't bump into the mountains or the electrical wires or the buildings, stuff like that. The one over here is known as altimeter. That would tell us how high and how low we are. This one tells me that this is 100 feet. Everything is in hundreds of a feet. So 1 would mean we are at 100 feet. 2 would mean we are at 200 feet. And if we are at 1100 feet, the small, what's the word? Uh, the small arm is going to be at 1. And if we are at 1100 feet, the big needle is going to be at 1, 2, right? Yes, because the small is going to tell if small uh, arm is at 1, that would mean we are at 1000 feet. Did everyone get that? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so
No.
no. Okay, so if we are
No.
at 800 feet, this uh, I am actually forgetting the word for these needles. The other word, is it called arm? Hand. Sorry, hand. the the large hand is gonna be at 8. That would be like 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, 400 feet, 500 feet, 600 feet. uh, Oh, actually, sorry about that. I was kind of confusing it with the minute hand and the hour hand. Let's just call them the needles here. So the longer needle is gonna be 800. That would mean we are at 800 feet. And if we have this small needle, uh, if it is at 1, that would mean it's 1000 feet. If it is at 200, that would mean it's at 200 feet. Okay, so can anyone tell me if I am at 2500 feet, where would the needles be?
2,500.
Yeah,
Okay, so the smaller needle will be at 2, and the bigger needle will be at 5.
you nailed it. That was correct. The next indicator or the flight instrument we're going to be learning about is the airspeed. other than knowing that how high or how low we are, we also need to know how fast we are going. So it's just like a dial, which you can find in a car, in a regular car, but this one is gonna tell you the indicated airspeed. So basically, just like how fast the airplane is going. But instead of calling them miles per hour or kilometers per hour, we call them knots. So if the needle is at 40, that means you are flying at 40 knots. If the needle is at 60, that means we are flying at 60 knots. And if we are at 100, that would mean we are flying at 100 knots. Everyone got it?
Does knots mean miles per hour?
Kind of, but because we are not on the road, so and air, it because the air can be going in the same way, in your direction, and it can go away, like the across your, like it can be go opposite of your direction of plane. So the actual speed can be different, which is going to be in miles per hour. So we can only have an indication that we think, okay, yes, go ahead, Sarah.
What does it mean if you're at the red line?
That means the aeroplane, the you are in the danger zone. You should bring the speed down. You should bring the speed down, otherwise your engine is gonna fail. The red line means you should never cross that red line. You can be in this yellow zone for some time. This is not a cruising speed, but sometime what happens is like you are have your engine is running normally, but you are getting some speed because of the wind, and that would take you here. Got it?
Okay, I got it.
Got it. Got it. Uh, any other questions about how fast you are going? Do you know what do we call this flight instrument? It's called airspeed indicator. Okay. Okay. The next one is gonna be attitude indicator. We're gonna be looking into that too today. It's basically is like, are we flying straight? So looking at this instrument, you can tell if your aeroplane is flying straight or not. Because if it is at this bar, that means your angle of attack is at 10 degrees. So you are basically going up. If you are on that white line, your angle of attack, or basically your direction, is gonna be down. If you are parallel to this white line, that means you are going straight and there is no yaw motion. Yaw means like, how can I explain it? We have a message where if is it attitude indicator or altitude. It is the attitude indicator. It would tell the aircraft's attitude, meaning it would tell you if it is going straight or not. So it is called the attitude indicator. Like, how is the airplane's attitude in terms of the 3D dimensions of the space?
Do
Okay.
the Abu,
Yeah.
do the red lines determine if it's on the white line, black line, or
No,
whatever line?
consider red lines as your wings, the wings of the aeroplane. Okay, so when the other lines are gonna stay the same, when you are gonna be moving your wings, these red lines are gonna go right or left or up or down, and you would know that okay, you are going up, down, right, left. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, heading indicator. We also want to know which way we are going, right? So in order for us to know that which way we are going, we are gonna look at this compass, but it is a basically it uses a gyroscope, which is an electrically driven, meaning if we lose the electrical power, this is not gonna work. So this would tell you that you are going north, N is the north, or you are going south, or you are going east, or you are going west. 3 means you are going northeast by 30 degrees. You are going at 6 o'clock at 60 degrees. You are going 3 o'clock at east, meaning 90 degrees. You are going 4 o'clock at 120 degrees, and so on and so forth. So if I have to tell you that you are going 6 o'clock, do you know which direction we would be going? So that being said, that the north is at 0 o'clock and south is here. So if I tell you that you are something is at no, the east is here, which is 3 o'clock.
I mean north.
North is here, which is in front of you, which is 0 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Abu,
Yes.
what is the portion G4?
H. Oh, this one.
And
H.
the push.
So this can actually, as I said, this is a gyroscope. This is not the compass, which is gonna be here. A compass is like, it is gonna tell you where the actual north is, like the North Pole. It would tell you the North Pole, but it is not accurate, because whenever you are making turns, it can tell you wrong stuff. But if you're not making turns and there is no magnetic interference, it is pretty accurate. But this one is much more accurate. But it can go, if you lose the power, it becomes like it actually loses, like where you it loses the information which one is north, which one is south. So we look at this one, it tells us, okay, you are going at west. We come here, we push this button and fix that and put the direction to west. So basically you can actually change the west. This one is like if you have some transmitter and that's telling you are following that, so you can use this button, because a lot of the times transmitters can also tell you your direction and you can follow those. Okay, now we also want to know that are we turning safely, because if you turn too quickly, it would mean that you can end up going into a stall. Stall means that the airplane is gonna fall down from the sky. Got it? So a 2-minute turn is gonna be when if I'm turning left, this one is gonna come here, this one is gonna come here, and we're gonna start turning to the left. And if we keep it there without keeping this ball move right or left, it would mean that in order to make a full turn, it's gonna take you 2 minutes. So this would tell you, what if these plane wings are way over here, like in this direction? What would that mean?
A stall?
No, it would mean that you are turning too fast to the left. And if it is in this direction, can you see? Can you see my mouse?
You're turning too fast to the right?
Yeah, you are moving too fast to the right. That is correct. That is correct. You guys nailed it. Okay. While we are learning that, I'm gonna start the explain. So by the time we are done, our aeroplane is ready. Next demo. Ignore. Okay. So we are here. So okay, we were here, right? So we wanted to know, like, if we are use demo. Understood. New flight. Start flight. Okay, so we want to know if we are turning safely or not. Okay, the next one is the vertical speed indicator. So you also want to know that you are going up or down. So we talked about this attitude indicator. It can tell you if you are going up or down by degrees. So it can tell you you are going, your nose or is basically 10 degrees above the angle of attack, or your nose is below 10 degrees. So it would give you an indication that you are going up, down, right, left. I'm gonna stop that. Okay, sorry about that. So okay, but if you really want to know that how fast you are going up or down, you would use this vertical speed indicator to basically, if it is at 5, that would mean we are going up at the speed of 500 feet per minute. So after 1 minute, if this needle is right here, that would mean you would end up, like if we were flying at 1000 feet, after a minute we would end up at 1500 feet, meaning 1500 feet. And if the needle is here, that would mean that you are going down, and that would mean that you are going down by 500 feet per minute or 1000 feet per minute. Okay, the last one is the compass. That one is also tells you that which way you are going, and I can show you in the plane too, but that is basically not that accurate when it comes to taking turns, or if there is any magnetic or electrical interference, it can have issues. But just for the time being, once you are doing a steady flight without any interference, it's gonna tell you the right, north, or south. So these are the instruments we have. Does anyone have any question about the altimeter?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
yeah, what is it?
How will you remember which one is which?
Uh, by keep looking at them, by flying the airplane with an instructor for many, many hours, and by studying, then you would know which one is which and what is every instrument for. Very good question. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording for a second. Can everyone see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Where
Okay,
did you get that picture?
it's not a picture. It's a simulated plane. We're gonna fly it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure that we don't.
Oh, is it that game that you play? You play?
Yeah, that's the one. How can I bring the volume down? Oh, it's gonna be so noisy. It's gonna be so noisy. Okay, we gotta deal with the noise. But I will fly it for some time, and then we can look at the indicator. And if you have any questions, I'm gonna pause it, and we can go from there. Okay, everyone can see it.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is called what was this one? The airspeed indicator. This is the altimeter. It's gonna tell us how high or how low we are. This is our attitude indicator. It's gonna tell us if we are flying, like what's the attitude of the plane, where are you heading, that kind of thing. This is gonna tell you the actual heading. This is the vertical speed indicator. It would tell us if we're going up or down. This is basically gonna tell us if we are taking the turn safely or not, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to take it off, and then from there we will go. I removed the brakes. Okay, there is a yoke here. Sorry, there is a yoke here. And it would go, we're gonna be using that. But the thing is that I'm just gonna, so that you can see the instruments, I'm gonna remove it. Okay, this is this is the throttle. That's how the aeroplane looks like. Okay, I'm gonna bring the yoke for a few minutes. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna look at our flaps. We would do a thorough inspection when flying a real plane. We're gonna go here.
You're going in the grass.
Okay, back to the instruments again. This is our airspeed indicator. It's telling me we are going at 70 knots. We are at almost 250 feet, now 300 feet above the ground. We are going to the west at 30 degrees. I'm little bit, my wings are a little bit to the right. So if I move here, you would see that the wings, like the turn indicator, is telling me that I'm going right. And look at the airspeed indicator, the vertical speed indicator. Okay, I'm gonna pause it because we are running out of time too. But one last thing, okay, not a perfect time to pause, but here I wanted to stop, and now we're gonna be looking at our instruments. Look what's going on. I am so turning so bad that it is like it's not a safe turn. You know why?
Why?
Because look
You're
at these
turning
wings.
fast.
Yeah, I'm turning too fast and I'm gonna end up in a stall. Look at my speed. It was about 100 knots before I started making this unsafe turn, and soon I'm gonna make a stall and the plane is just gonna overturn, which this airplane is not made to do that. We are at. Can anyone? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Okay, can anyone tell me how high we are at from the ground? Because the ground was at 0 feet when we
I
started.
know.
Yeah.
So we are at almost 1,650.
Oh, I think we are only at 650 feet. It's gonna be 1,000 when it will go. Uh, it's gonna cross that one. Then it's gonna become 1,000. So this needle is gonna go one more time and come here, and then it's gonna be. This needle is gonna be between 1 and 2. That would mean that I am at 1,650 feet. Can anyone tell me how uh, how fast or slow I was going up or down using the vertical speed indicator?
Yes.
You were going super fast.
Super fast, and I was going super fast, like
I know. Abu,
yeah.
you were going like 70 miles per
No,
hour.
it can only tell you can go 500 feet per minute, 1000 feet per minute, 1500 feet per minute, and 20, almost 2000 feet per minute, meaning I was about to do a stall. Like the speed is gonna keep coming down, and then how? And other things. This is called yoke. This is called throttle, and there are other things. These are the flaps. Sure. These are the flaps. If I can.
Can you show us how you land?
Sorry, say that again.
How do you land?
Maybe for a next video. This is gonna be the flaps. Flaps are here. We bring them down when. Sorry, flaps are here. We bring them down when we are like we bring them down for different reasons. Normally, when we are landing the airplane and we want to bring the speed down, we do that. Sometimes even for the takeoff, we bring the flaps down if the runway is short, stuff like that. Okay, okay, guys. I think we are at time. Does anyone have? I'm gonna cross them. We will go from there. Actually, yeah, just keep it like that. So, does anyone have any questions?
No.
No, nice, nice. Okay, yeah. Was it interesting to know how to fly the plane? It was very interesting for me. And this is called Explain. You guys can install. Someone has a message. No, no, no. It's pronounced yoke. Sorry about that. It's not yoke. It's yoke. Yoke defines the like it dictates the movements. Two kind of movements. One is the pitch. Again, for a second. So we're gonna crash, but if I bring it back and forward, that would be the pitch, and if I move it right or left, it would be the yaw. Sorry, it would be the roll. The yaw would be when I would be pressing like doing the with the rudders. I would move the ailerons, not the ailerons, the rudders. Like the paddles would actually control the rudders, and that would be another movement called yaw. Okay, guys, that's it for this time. Hopefully we're gonna have another one. I'm gonna stop the recording now.